Hey guys, welcome back. Quickly, today we'll try to understand, test case design technique, guys. So I'll make you understand in 10 minutes how to write the test cases. Without these techniques, don't write the test cases, guys. Give me your 10 minutes per day. I'll make you mastering the interview process, guys. So don't worry about anything. So today we will focus on one of the major interview question called test case design techniques. What are the test case design techniques? While writing the test cases, what are the techniques that we have to follow? Because testing is a rigorous process, guys. It's a never-ending process. So we need to come to a conclusion how to complete the testing, on what basis we have to complete the testing, so on what basis we have to write the test cases, so that we have to design. So we will try to understand those techniques today, guys. So in terms of black box testing, so there are some 4 5 techniques we have to use while creating the test cases. One is equivalent partitioning, and one is boundary value analysis, and decision table testing, state transition testing, and use case testing, and error guessing, guys. So we will try to understand one by one, guys. So equivalence partitioning is basically which is concentrated on valid and invalid data. So it is basically segregating. So basically, valid and invalid test case scenario. Say for example, let us come to an example. Say for example, first name field is there. So for this first name field, assume that it is going to expect so some only A to Z characters. So it won't accept capital letters, it won't accept numbers, it won't accept any special characters. It only expect small A to Z characters. So in that case, what are the valid scenarios? So now we'll come to the conclusion. So only A to Z it should allow. Correct. So it should not allow caps A to caps Z, and it won't allow numerics, and it should not allow any type of special characters. Sorry, guys. Okay. So this is how we have to segregate the data. What are the valid conditions, what are the invalid conditions? So that is how we have to go with the equivalence partitioning, guys. So then comes boundary value analysis. What is boundary value analysis? Boundary value analysis, which is mainly concentrating on the boundaries. Say for example, coming back to the same example, if it is a first name last name, what is the boundary value? Say assume that it is expecting 4 to 8 characters. So what is the boundary here? 4 is the boundary and 8 is the boundary. So here, what we have to consider, 4 before 4, what is the value? 3 it should not accept. After 4, what is the value? 5 it should accept. 4 also it should accept. 8, 8 beyond 8, what is the number? 9, 9 it should not accept. 8 it should accept. Below 8 it should accept. So these 6 values it should accept into the field. If you test these 6 things, so then the boundary value analysis is done. So boundary value analysis is basically validating at the boundary level, guys. Say for example, in the specific condition, 3 should fail, 4 should pass, 5 should pass, 7 should pass, 8 should pass, 9 should fail. So this is what the boundary analysis, guys. This is what the boundary analysis is. So we have to understand in this way. So then comes decision table. What is decision table transition? So in during some certain test cases, in certain condition, we will come across some sort of a condition. If this is matches, then only it should pass. If this is matches, then only it should allow. If this is not matches, it should not allow. So that kind of a condition we will come across. So how do we handle that? I'll give a very good example. Say for example, if you go and apply any loan for a banking banks, so what they will check? Basically they will check your credit score, definitely. They will they will check your salary, correct, and what they will check, approval. If your credit score is high, assume if your credit score is high, what happened? Approval. Okay, assume if your credit score is high, okay, and salary is high, then your loan will be approved. Yes, it will be approved, guys. Assume your credit score is low, your salary is high, then in that case, no, it's a complete rejection. Your credit history shows how credible you are for the bank, how credibility. So that is what they will check. Assume that your credit score is high, your salary is low. In that case, there could be chances they will approve, but based on the salary they will approve the loan. Based on the salary they will decide the loan amount. Assume both are low, then forget about the loan. There is no point in you will never get the loan, guys. So this is what the decision, this approval column is there, right? So this is what we call it as the decision. Based on these two conditions, they will decide the factor. This is what the decision table testing does. So then comes state transition testing. What is state transition testing? So basically, state transition testing. Say for example, some guy is there. Say assume me. I am going to trying to log into some other accounts, some other Facebook account randomly. If I attempt some 3 4 rank attempts, it should block me. That is what state transitioning is. Say for example, if I'm trying to log in for some of the account, say for example login as well. If first attempt, if it is valid, then it should pass. If it is fail, then it should come to second attempt. In second attempt, if it is valid, then it should pass. Correct. If it fails, it should come to third attempt. Here, if it is valid, then it should pass. If it fails, then block. This is what state transitioning is, guys. If I am trying to log in with valid credentials at the first attempt, it should log in. If it is not, then it should redirect to second attempt. In the second attempt, if I provide valid, then it should pass. Then, if I am not providing valid, it should fail and it should redirect to third attempt. In third attempt, also, if I am providing valid, it should pass. If still I am providing the invalid, then it should block. Then it should not allow to log in. So that is what state transition and testing is. So then comes use case testing. What is the use case, guys? So the name itself indicates use case. What is the use case? Use case is nothing but real time scenarios. Say for example, real time business scenarios. So we have designed the application. Yes, fine, fantastic. But we, as a QA, we are testing technically, right? So these are all technical testing. So it should accept A to Z. We are checking technically. It should accept 4 to 8. We are checking technically. These are the condition. We are checking technically. This is also condition. This is technically. But what is real time? Assume, guys. Here only I'll come to it. A to Z. Okay. So this is fine, and this is also fine. Say for example 4 to 8 characters should allow. So like this is where comes into the picture, guys. Say for example first name, it should allow for only 4 to 8. No, some people can have more than 8 characters also, 8 characters also, right, in their names. So that is what it is, the use case is. So that we have to understand. So because, so if you don't understand the real use case here, so we will think that only 4 to 8 characters could be there in the first name. So tomorrow if you deploy this application, if the guy one who is having more than 8 characters in his first name, he will not be able to enter the name and he will not be able to save the name. So with that use cases, we will get to know that 4 to 8 is not a criteria. So in that case, we have to increase it. So there could be people we are having 10 characters, correct? So we have to increase the use case testing. That is what the use case is, guys. So then comes error guessing. What is error guessing? So error guessing is basically it comes with an experience. Okay. So whenever we are working in the real time with a project, so some sort of a truncation issue could happen, some sort of some kind of an whenever some issue happens, whenever it is fetching the large data, so some sort of failures can happen, some sort of HTML issue can happen. So that is what the error guessing. So error guessing comes with an experience, so that we don't have to worry much about it. So it is like basically guessing which error comes if something goes wrong. If it is just by looking at the name of the message, you can guess it what happened in the backend side. So that is what the error guessing is. So without these techniques, don't write any test cases, guys. Include these techniques while designing your test cases. Make sure if you include all your test cases with these techniques, then your test coverage will be very, very good, and you will get very, very good name and in the organization, and you will get the good marks in the interview, guys. So that's all, guys. If you like my content, please hit the like button, share, subscribe to my channel. Thank you so very much.